Yo. What's good, family? It's the source. And we back, man. We back. Right? So this is an opportunity, man, to let the champ speak, man. Right? We're gonna let the champ speak. All this personal attacks, all of this pettiness that's going on, man, don't make no sense to me. I wasn't raised like that, man. I don't know nothing about all that, man. Right? You're supposed to have a certain level of integrity. You're supposed to deal with the information. But instead of dealing with the information, it's just an onslaught of ad hominems. And that don't make no sense, man. So you can't deal with the brother. You can't deal with the brother scholastically. You can't do that. You can't get into the ring, right? Because we know you're afraid of this. This is what they're afraid of. Getting into the ring, right? Showing us your mental prowess. So you can't beat them that way. So you got to come some other type of slithering snake way. And we don't respect that, man. We don't respect that, man. That's why the source has separated itself, right? We've shown ourselves to be a different class, a different breed of Negro. Come deal with us on the information, right? I got the source in the building, man. Blue Collar Scholar, talk to me, family.
Oh man, what it do, baby? Man, look here, man. We living in a crawling and do what thou wilt society. These cats on this YouTube, most of the cats that was castigating the shoe is married. I mean, well, ain't married. I mean, my bad, excuse me. They not married. They're not taking care of a household. They're not taking care of a black woman. You see what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing. As a matter of fact, some of them even living off of black women. I'm not gonna say no names. We all know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no skill, no trade, no nothing. They make their money off of YouTube. You see what I'm saying? But yet they want to sit up there and tell you and talk about how to love and how to care for a black woman. You see what I'm saying? Most of these dudes is using this YouTube stuff and using that talking point as a way to gather women to their side so they can use them for sex. But all of the people over here on the source, we married. You see what I'm saying? So these cats phony, man. You see what I'm saying? Ask these cats what kind of programs they got in the black community. They ain't got none. As a matter of fact, some of them cats is from the suburbs. Most of them cats ain't even in the hood. You know what I'm saying? To do anything for the hood. So when it all comes down to it, man, the whole shit is phony. You see what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing for black people. They ain't doing nothing for nobody. You see what I'm saying? They just using whatever talking points they can use, you know what I'm saying, to try to get, you know what I'm saying, get with some chick, you know what I'm saying, in one of these groups or whatever, what have you. So, you know what I'm saying, you gotta consider the source. You know what I'm saying? The first step to nation building is restoration of the family. You see what I'm saying? We was able to build Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, because J.B. Stratford and O.W. Gilder, they were married men. You see what I'm saying? Married men do the building. You see what I'm saying? That's why King was married. Malcolm was married. Garvey was married. You're not going to find no leader, you know what I'm saying, in the 21st century that ain't married. You know what I'm saying? Because the marriage, what it makes you do as a man, it make you stand up and make you fight harder because you're fighting for your family. You're fighting for your family's survival. You see what I'm saying? But if a nigga really love black women, he would be married to a black woman, not just trying to use it for sex. So these dudes don't want brothers like myself and some of the brothers on this panel to reach out and try to view corrections. People may not like people's perspective on how to correct. That's cool. I understand that because you know what I'm saying. It's like my daddy told me. He said, "You got kids that if you tell them don't touch that stove is hot. They won't touch it. You got some that got to get burnt. You see what I'm saying? So every person has a different learning style. So some kids are auditory learners. Some are visual learners. You know what I'm saying? Some are hands-on learners where they got to touch it. You see what I'm saying? And so you got brothers coming at sisters different ways because different women are going to respond differently to different types of stimuli. You see what I'm saying? So, but for a brother to try to criticize somebody that's married to a black woman when these niggas ain't married, they just trying to get their dick wet. You know what I'm saying? That's some hypocritical shit. And so, like Jeremiah said, most of these cats, we know they secrets. We just ain't the type of niggas that's gonna put the shit out there because we ain't on no bitch shit. We know who they are. And I can say one nigga of mine, he disrespected my wife, but he had the nerve to sit up there and be trying to act like he motherfucking, he trying to save somebody. You see what I'm saying? If you disrespect a married woman with her dude in the chat, you see what I'm saying? But then want to sit up there and talk about how to love a black woman, nigga, you a goddamn hypocrite. And I told him when he did the shit, that nigga, if you wouldn't have said it in my face, I'd have knocked your bitch ass out. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is, them niggas full of shit, bro. You see what I'm saying? Every motherfucker that was on that panel with the shoe was full of shit. You see what I'm saying? And so shout out to Suave Balls for even bringing that shit out. You see what I'm saying? To show the motherfuckers was hypocritical. You see what I'm saying? So
let's try to keep it clean, bro. Let's try to keep it clean.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Hey, powerful way to open up, man. Scholastic Bully 7 gang. Hey, but I want to touch on a few things. Then I'm gonna let my brother Craig introduce himself. He's still here. I just want to touch on this. What does any of this have to do with debating? Nothing. These dudes is throwing this stuff out here to try to cause rebel rousing and get people in their emotions and get the women in their emotions just to try to tear us down as a league. It ain't gonna work because at the end of the day, what made us is our ability to debate. That's one. Secondly, all y'all fake black power, black pride people talking about you care about the black women, it's phony, man. Because just like D-Red said, y'all not doing anything to empower our people at all. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you love the black woman, but how many of y'all over there married? How many of y'all support the nuclear family system that we desperately need as black people, seeing that 70% of our children are born in single parent homes? How many of y'all are working to rectify that? Or are you doing exactly like my brother said? You just out there getting your penis wet, man. You out here using and abusing these women. You know what I'm saying? You took a quote from me, but y'all brothers actually doing that. Y'all actually are abusing these women. Y'all not making these women wives. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not fathering these children. Y'all not doing nothing. You ain't building a strong core black family, which is the family unit is the smallest unit of government. So how we ever gonna have a government as quote unquote black people if y'all ain't even creating families, man? You want to talk about somebody having commentary and being harsh on women. And like the brother said, do as thou wilt. That's what's in the black community. There's nothing taboo in the black community. I was watching these brothers live earlier while I was leaving work. And the brother said, we need to give black people a pass. We need to give black women a pass. That's all y'all get is passes in the hood, in our communities. We give too many damn passes. We allow too much stuff to go on. That goes back to that do as thou wilt. These women can have babies, 5, 6 babies by 5, 6 niggas, and y'all cool with it. Oh, let's give them a pass. That's destroying our communities. If you was really pro-black, you would speak out against that. That's how we know y'all phony, y'all fake. All you can say against the statistical data is, hey, we need to do better as a people. And whoredom does play a part in that, because you got a lot of people out there having indiscriminate sex, just like I said in the show 2 nights ago, having indiscriminate sex, creating these babies they cannot afford and not raise. And these children grow up without guidance, in poverty, no skills, no nothing. And they grow up to either be gang banging or a wage slave and lost in the system, man. Oh, who is this sister right here, Tanisha? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this sister, man? She said full of shit. Excuse my language. Nah, who's full of what you just said is y'all, man. Because y'all don't care about the black community, man. I know y'all don't. Y'all aid and contribute to the problems of the black community and celebrate it. That's what y'all do. The minute somebody say, hey, this is wrong, this is wicked, this need to be eradicated from the community, y'all the first ones to jump on y'all social justice warrior stuff and defend the negative things our people do. Tell me I'm lying, man. That's why the brother said what he said on SVDL. The brother said, you need to give these people a pass. These brothers are getting passes. That's why y'all did the show. Y'all gave these women a pass. And then I kept saying repeatedly over and over again that, all right, man, since everything good, just let them keep doing what they doing. Because that's all I'm hearing out of y'all mouth. Yeah, sure, you being too harsh. You want to police me, but you won't even police your own community, your own people, and tell them when they're wrong. Can anybody justify 70% of our children being born to single parent homes? Can anybody give me the logic and reasoning behind that? Since we can't say nothing about it, can you give me the reason behind it? Domo, I see you in the chat. Can you give me the reason behind that? Can somebody please explain to me how is that cool? When you know that type of behavior is detrimental to our people, man. Come on, bro. Y'all got to keep it real, man. Y'all ain't even keeping it real. Hey, but anyway, if Craig's still there, he can introduce himself. King Self, you there, you can introduce yourself, man. Where y'all brothers at?
I'm right here. I'm right here, King. Sir, right here. What's up?
I mean, if you want to introduce yourself and add your chime in, if you want to chime in, go ahead.
Oh yeah, King Self, man. Y'all know who it is. Middleweight champ, man. I mean, some talking points that Jashub and D Red had, they're absolutely correct. You know what I'm saying? People using it as a talking point to try to scold women or try to do what they gonna do or try to run game on them and stuff like that. A lot of them really don't care about the black community. You know what I'm saying? But what we have to do as men is we have to stop and what encouraging and enabling the whoredom or the gold diggerish ways of our women. Cause see, the way I see it is I'm not blaming men, but we the ones that want the fancy things and the shiny things so we can get the women. And the women are attracted to the shiny things and the money and stuff. So we go out and do it. First, we have to, as men, put that down and do what we have to do for our community. You see what I'm saying? And not just sit here and buy flashy things and to attract a woman. We need to start using our mind and our resources and be providers for them. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like that then they would value what you have more than money. If you have intelligence, if you're smart, you're a good person. I think they'll value that more if us men took it more serious. But you're right though, bro. They do have a responsibility. We have been giving them passes, and as grown women and as independent women, so y'all say y'all are. You see what I'm saying? Y'all should know this. Y'all should know what y'all supposed to do and what you don't do. But y'all ready to criticize men when we criticize y'all. Nah, it don't work like that. You see what I'm saying? When you get respect, when you give respect, it don't just come up because you a woman. I'm not obligated to give you my money because you a woman. I'm not obligated to buy you nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because you a female. Stop that. That's madness. If I want to do it, then I choose to do it. Don't try to make our men look like we have to do this because you a woman. Nah, bro. You have to earn that. You have to deserve that. It's the same thing with a woman. If a man wants to do things with you, he has to earn that. He has to show you that he want to do that, not just spread your legs for a double cheeseburger. You see what I'm saying? So it's on both of us as a community. I feel that's just my opinion.
We got tanks on the ground in the building, bro. Yashar, you there?
Yeah, shalom, family, shalom.
Talk to us, man.
Yeah, man. So it's really it's really not a good feeling, man, to understand how you have grown men that's supposed to be leaders in the community, right? Adult men, mature men, elders, right? Well past their 30s, that's attacking our young brothers, our younger generation, without fact checking anything, without making for sure before you try and slander or, you know, throw one of your own under the bus because of things that you do, things that you've called women before in personal conversations, not intending for it to be out. And then also in the open on a live stream, right? So to sit there and be a hypocrite, right, in our community on live, I mean, it's not a good look for nobody in the community. Not the young brother you was talking about, and not even for yourself and what you're trying to do for our community. Right? It has to come to a point where somebody has to be the mature individual, you know, and say, hold on, man, before we go out here and put some information out here about an individual, or before we get out here and we do certain things, let me just make sure what we about to say and how we about to go about doing this, right? is true and factual, right? So that way, the line of questioning, right? The line of questioning is aimed in the right direction, right? It's not done in a way or a fashion where you're slandering, you know, a young brother, actually one of our future leaders. You understand? At his age, I wasn't doing half the studying. I didn't understand half the things that this young brother understand. I mean, literally, you know what I'm saying? Debated me and taught me something. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, family, like, jealousy, and I'm not saying that nobody is jealous over there, but it's a part of the problem as well in our community. See, we addressing problems in the community, not just what happened, but these things are problems within our community that needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? From jealousy to hatred, you know, to slandering, you know, not fact checking information, to whether it's scholarly or whether it's personal. Assuming things is not going to do it for us anymore. You know, allowing people to dictate a narrative, right, without really having to sit down to understand if this is what this young brother is about or not. You never gave a young brother a chance to really respond accordingly. You was cutting him off. You was interrogating him, like, you know, as if the topic wasn't something serious within our community. You know what I'm saying? Treating our women is a very high issue, very top issue within our community, as well as how we deal with each other as men. It ain't no greater issue. They both are issues that we need to handle and deal with, right? Because just as they want to be protected, right? They want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? They want to be honored. The scriptures say, treat our women as we love ourselves and as we want to be treated, right? So I don't see, you know, none of my brothers want to be cussed out, called female dogs, right, from these women. You don't want that. But at the same time, you call them these things that you don't want. You do these things that you don't want. Half of the brothers that was attacking my young brother is not married. This young brother is. How many can say that about themselves? How many can say without a shadow of a doubt that you have a family, right? Not just your child, not just your kid, but you have a family that you're taking care of, right? Like this brother's doing. How many can say at his age that you have accomplished what he has accomplished? I'm just saying, family. I'm talking about spiritually wise. It's not about a physical thing, because brothers has accomplished some things in their lives, and that's what's up. That's not what this is about. But I'm making a point, and I hope you have enough sense to understand the point that I'm making, family. Right? So I'm not gonna be too long with this thing, because at the end of the day, my brothers got some things that they want to get out, and my young brother wants to actually, you know what I'm saying, address some of you brothers. And I just want y'all to know, man, it's my younger brother right here. And I go to bat. I go to war with my younger brother, and I go to war for my younger brother. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to, you know, go to bat for my brother because I was added on to the panel and then put off the panel. You know what I mean? To where I couldn't respond and say nothing and speak up for my brother. So with that, I'm gonna yield the mic for a minute.
Let me say this, man. We got Domo in the comment section, right? It's real funny to me. And we're going to see what type of integrity they got on that side. All right. One of the stipulations for us even going on that platform with this so-called hot seat was for Domo to come over here to the source and get his ass in the hot seat. You see? So Domo, if you're watching, right, you got an obligation to come over here and get beat up. We made a special request for you, Negro. All right? Mr. I'm a professional debater. Okay? Mr. Professional. Right? We got some people over here that will have no problem doing what? Getting in the ring. Because that's what we actually do over here. Right? So let's see if you brothers are going to be a man, men of your word and send Domo on over here. Yeah, that's right. Right? Since we're doing such a terrible job cleaning up. Right? Won't you come on over here and get this work? Because at the end of the day, man, it's like we as Hebrew Israelites, and I'm speaking for the Hebrew Israelite community, we as Hebrew Israelites, we believe in correction, reproof, and we don't give a damn how you feel about it. We don't care about how you feel about it because there is a stigma in the so-called conscious community of woman worship. You dare not say nothing about the woman, even though she is displaying, not all women. We're talking about the women who are actually displaying this particular behavior. So we are not to point out this behavior, which have led to fatherless homes. They're not the sole reason. Oh, brother, you trying to say that the woman is the sole reason. Ain't nobody said that, man. Then you manipulate. You try to create some false narrative. Simply because somebody said, or a brother may say, hey, sis, you need to get it together because you're acting like a hoe. There's nothing wrong with that, man, right? Because the word hoe or whores is mentioned a multitude of times in the scriptures. And the brother Don was bringing it out, but wasn't allowed to. We don't treat people like that over here at the source, man. You come over here, we give you opportunity to speak. Then we just gonna continue to beat you up with the information. It's a rah-rah session. You understand? And at the end of the day, we got to continue to stay focused on what we're doing here at the source, which is bringing more powerful scholastic debates, right? And we're not overly concerned with the naysayers, right? So, Joshua, man, talk to me, family.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was beautifully said. And I just want to address something else that was said on a show today. They also was pretty much saying that we can't call nobody or call a woman a whore. We can't really use that word because she's doing something that makes us uncomfortable. Like if a woman was to be with you and then she went and slept with another man, you can't call her a whore for that. So what can we call her a whore for? That don't even make sense. Y'all brothers just really doing a bunch of psychobabble over there. What logic went into that? And that goes back to my original statement. Ain't no taboos in the black community. And that's what led to pedophilia proliferating, homosexuality proliferating the black community. That's wild women out of control. That's why men don't want to do the necessary things to bring the black family back together. You know what I'm saying? They ain't speaking out against that. But I made some comments that ruffled some feathers. Now you in your feelings. You want to police what Yashub say. Why you ain't policing the community and the actions that they doing? Because like I said on the show, actions outweigh words. And I'm taking care of my wife. You understand? I love my wife. Majority of these brothers that's in the SUC is married to black women, like we've been saying. How many of y'all can say that? You know what I'm saying? So it's very hypocritical to me that, oh, that's good, this brother, and that's that rebel rousing stuff, man. Y'all in that rebel rousing, trying to control the narrative, getting to the people's emotions to make them feel a type of way. and really try to tear down. You can't tear down this league. This, you know how you tear us down? You got to get in the ring and battle us scholastically. Because none of y'all can get in the ring and tangle with me or any of these brothers on the panel, man.
Right.
That's it. So you got to use these diversionary tactics. I beat the nigga up that had me on the call, that tricked me to be on the call with him in the first place. I beat him already. That's why he's mad. That's why he harassed me on Facebook and on social media. And that's why he set it up yesterday. He got to get back at me for me beating his ass in the ring. So it has nothing to do with how brothers feel about black women. That's a smoke screen. And the stuff y'all was acting like y'all social justice warriors for black women was BS. Because at the end of the day, if you was, you would address these problems that's plaguing our community, the single parenthood, the whoredom that's tearing our women down, man.
And to piggyback off that, man, it's like me and my boy Gadaya, shout out to my boy Gadaya, we had a show back in the day. It was called Doers versus Talkers. You know what I'm saying? And in the scholastic community, man, we vet sources. You see what I'm saying? So my grandma always told me you got to consider the source. Can't no nigga that ain't married to no black woman and ain't take care of no black family can tell anybody else about what they should and shouldn't be doing for the black family. See, when we talk about building the community is going to be a collection of families working together that got the same values, same goals, same aspirations. That's how you build. That's what a community is. Like I gave you an example. J.B. Stratford and O.W. Gurley were both married men when they started Black Wall Street. You see what I'm saying? So these niggas that's doing all this talking, all they doing is talking. Them niggas signed $1 million contract with Bumble Out Records. Them niggas ain't taking care of no motherfucking family. They ain't taking care of no black woman. You see what I'm saying? So all of that, so for people to even listen to these niggas, you see what I'm saying? That ain't doing nothing but trying to holler at motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, is really absurd. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, because we got integrity, we ain't gonna air niggas out like that. You see what I'm saying? So, but believe me, you know what I'm saying? And then some of them same niggas that's on the panel, like I said, Solomon, I been using that bitch ass nigga name. He disrespected my wife. He disrespected Sister Renee. Disrespected Sister Diamond. I know all these motherfuckers. I've been in the community longer than most of the people that's in all these motherfucking chats. That nigga ain't no motherfucking honorable nigga. Nah, man, I'm address that nigga.
Go in, man. You raw tonight, man.
You know what I'm saying? So now, man. So that's some hypocritical ass bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Coming from a bunch of bullshit ass niggas. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit is supposed to be about debate and about information. You niggas be trying to make this shit personal. You see what I'm saying? When all you niggas got dirt, nigga. You see what I'm saying? All you niggas got dirt. Ask no power. All you niggas got dirt. You know what I'm saying? So quit being bitch niggas, nigga, and just deal with the motherfucking information to keep it player. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. Keep it player. We know about old girl in Baltimore for that one nigga. I ain't gonna say no name. We know about old girl in Baltimore. We know about the shit, bro. Just chill out with the whole bullshit and just keep the shit about the information. Because when it come down to it, nigga, can't none of you niggas match my motherfucking community work. Now, nan nigga on Solar Vision TV, nigga. None of you niggas. So you niggas ain't doing shit but on motherfucking YouTube. You motherfuckers is YouTube motherfucking revolutionaries, nigga. You niggas ain't doing a motherfucking thing. You niggas ain't got a program, a service that you doing for the community. Never have, nigga. So shut the fuck up about all this. You for this, you for that, nigga. You ain't for shit, nigga, because you niggas ain't doing shit. That's why I said we should have labeled this shit doers versus talkers. Like I said, nigga, the niggas over here married, taking care of black women, showing how much we love black women by taking care of a black woman. You niggas ain't taking care of nobody but your motherfucking self, nigga. And nigga, you ain't even got no goddamn job, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This YouTube shit is your job, nigga. Broke ass, sorry ass nigga. So y'all can listen. So sisters, if y'all listening, y'all can listen to them bitch ass niggas if you want to, but ask them niggas what they doing for the black community. Ask them niggas what black woman they taking care of. They can't tell you a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But them niggas want a Monday morning quarterback and tell what another motherfucker doing when he actually showing how much he love black women. You know what I'm saying? Shit. The Bible says, show me your face without your works, I'll show you my face by my works. You know what I'm saying? So These motherfuckers just talking, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much done. And if a nigga don't like it, nigga fight, go with it, bitch, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, man. T-Red dropped the damn bomb, man. No, but what he said was inundated with truth, because like I said, it's been a facade behind this whole thing. Like y'all not like that for real. Y'all not pushing black women like that. Y'all not protecting her. Because if you was protecting her and you was for her and you loved her so much, like the brother said, y'all be y'all brothers would be married to black women. You know what I'm saying? So y'all not on that type of time. So stop faking like y'all are.
Man, half of them can't even deal with a black woman, bro. Half of them ain't even strong enough to even deal with a black woman, bro. So like D-Red said, man, keep it 100, man. You know y'all faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? If y'all genuinely care, like the brother said, go out there and do something. We all married. We all got black women in our house that we take care of. Them boys over there, what Black Jesus was doing? He was sitting over there feeding his face with Lay's potato chips when he was on the thing, alone, by himself. probably eating a hungry man TV dinner. You know what I'm saying? That he put in the microwave for 5 minutes. So, I mean, it just, I mean, don't get us wrong, bro. We understand black women got flaws, but don't act like they untouchable, like they can't be told nothing, bro. Stop. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. How can you lead something when you can't even correct your own spouse? That don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, y'all tripping.
And
But
how
the
can
brother,
you
but
how can you and how can you lead the, not to cut you out, Steph, not to cut you out,
yeah,
but how can you lead the community, nigga? You ain't even sure you can lead a motherfucking household, nigga.
facts.
The household is a microcosm of your whole motherfucking community. And you niggas ain't even sure you can lead a motherfucking household. But you supposed to lead us up out of this motherfucking system of racism, white supremacy. Man, get the fuck
Facts.
up out of here, nigga. You know what
Real
I'm
talk.
saying? Quit all that
Real.
bullshit, man. All that pump faking, man. Man, ain't nobody buying the motherfucking bitch ass Girl Scout cookies you niggas selling. Square business, nigga. Ain't nobody buying that motherfucking shit you niggas selling. All them wolf tickets, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, man.
We don't
You know
eat
what
chili. We
I'm
don't
saying?
eat no chili around here, man.
Nah,
We don't eat
man.
no hot
Come on,
dog.
man. No, so y'all niggas gotta come on with it, man. Get real. You know what I'm saying? Talk that real. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like what I say, bitch, then you smell my cologne, nigga. Straight up. You see what I'm saying? And so I know, and ain't none of you niggas want that funk. So keep it clear. Keep it about the information. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, get off the motherfucking couch, nigga. Get off of the community. Nigga, go do something. Nigga, go coach kickball or something. You know what I'm saying? So you can see what's really going on in the motherfucking community, nigga. Get off the motherfucking internet, nigga. All goddamn day, nigga. Get off the motherfucking
They
couch,
can
nigga.
start
Go
with
do something.
they can
Get
start
you
with
a
their
job,
nephews.
nigga. Fill out an
They can start
application or something. Fill out
hey
an
D-Red,
application or something, nigga.
D-Red, they can start with their nephews, man. They can start with the little dudes that they see every day. You know what I'm saying? Walking down the street, man. Go be, you know what I'm saying? Stand on the corner if them kids going to school, man. Be a crossing guard or
Just
something.
crosswalk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Man, them niggas ain't finna do nothing, man. Them niggas wanna sit on the motherfucking YouTube, man, and be a YouTube revolutionary, nigga. A YouTubenary. You know what I'm saying? We start using a YouTube. See the
You gonna
problem
coin that.
is, man, you know what I'm
You gonna
saying?
coin that.
These niggas, I've been saying this since I've been in this motherfucking country community. You bitch niggas is informationary. You niggas ain't revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? That's so stay in your motherfucking place, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the real do the real. You know what I'm saying? You stay over there with the bullshit nigga in the bullshit corner with the dust cap on, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever question that real when somebody out here living that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That young nigga 26 years old, man. 26 years old, married with a career and actually take care of a black woman. You niggas 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, ain't got a woman in sight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you niggas is trying to motherfucking do. You know what I'm saying? You try to get in the motherfucking drawers. All you trying to do is get in the woman drawers, man. Have 10 seats, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of Twinkies, nigga.
That's what they be doing, bro. That's what they be doing. Real talk. And that brother Yeshua, man, he a good brother, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then most of y'all just get information to battle people with. Y'all ain't even using the information for a good cause. Y'all just want information just to come around and nitpick with different people. Same on Kemetic side, same on the Hebrew side. Do the same thing, bro. Nitpick with little stuff, and you don't even know the whole background about it. If you're gonna get information, use it for the good, bro. To teach all around. Don't just be out here nitpicking and wanting to just dry start shit. And that's what be happening.
Hey, the reason why that happened because of Hebrews, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. The reason why that show happened Monday, that was because of Hebrews, man. BJM, JJ Evans, all them Hebrews. I ain't got to mention the women that was in the comments, and then throwing allegations of all type of different allegations, trying to put it on my name. Yo, y'all fake, man. Y'all phony. And they want to hide behind this like y'all doing it because y'all love black women. I mean, stop it, man. Stop it. Like I said, actions outweigh your words, bro. Y'all get on here and that's why I told them brothers, man, that whole thing was just entertainment, man. That was for entertainment, for y'all to have something to talk about. That's it. Y'all gonna move on with y'all lives and keep conducting yourself the same way. And most of y'all gonna contribute to the problems in the black community.
Facts.
Y'all gonna contribute. Y'all not helping the black community like that. Y'all don't care. Y'all get on the camera and get on these shows and act like y'all social justice warriors. And y'all all for black people. No, y'all not. When y'all go home, y'all turn them cameras off, y'all go back and doing what y'all been doing, which has helped destroying us. Everything that I was talking about, that 70% number of our children being born to single mother homes, single parent homes, you aiding to that, man. You helping that. You helping us be destroyed. Right? Hey, look what Domo said, man. Hey, put that back on the stream. Put that back on the stream. Jeremiah. Domo said we focus on who married and who not. That's why. How is that wild, Domo? How is that wild? If you saying you love black women, why are you not married to one then? That's a good question. That's a real good question.
Nah, he chose to marry an African, bro. Our women wasn't good enough for him.
Yeah, but he's saying it like, oh, you can't use that in this conversation, in this dialogue, and we can't focus on that. But that's a good point.
Nah, bro. We bringing up the marriage point to say that people that ain't married, you don't got no way to talk to somebody that's with somebody like that, bro. You don't have no room to talk because you don't know where to go. You don't know the ways of waiting up for a woman every day, living with her every day. You know what I'm saying? Watching her do the things that she do, and she watching me do the things she do. Nah, bro, ain't nobody triggered. I mean, come on, man, stop with the. See, there you go, bro. Now we triggered now, bro, because we addressing you. So if we address you, now we triggered. That sound like something my girl would say. Real talk.
hey, the funny thing about it, nigga, I've been talking like this since I've been on YouTube. This is how I talk. So ain't nobody triggered, man, because I already know them niggas ain't about that. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no point in getting triggered about some niggas that ain't finna do it, ain't gonna bust a grape in the fruit fight. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody getting triggered, my nigga. But it's just about the fact kicking that real, man. You know, you niggas are frauds, man. Just straight like that, nigga. Your information trash. You see what I'm saying? And your leader trash, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So shit, nigga. Show me who lead, you know, I'll show you the niggas that's solid. Square business, straight like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you niggas resort to slander, nigga, because you can't see this little young nigga.
But hold on, though,
you can't see him, bro.
How could you make a statement like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, brothers is worried about, you know, who they married to. It's like, ain't we supposed to be married to our sisters? Ain't we supposed to be setting that great example for our younger generation? Whether they young boys or young girls.
Yes,
right?
Lord.
Ain't that what we supposed to be doing?
Yes, sir.
Saying, fam, like,
but them niggas don't want to do that, man.
How do you try and take a shot at something that's supposed to be solid in our community that's not solid right now?
And because them niggas don't see, them niggas go research history from 50 million years ago, right? But them niggas don't look at the history since we've been here in America. How was we able to build these strong towns? So we build it through marriage, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's the reason why marriage was a prominent institution in the black community. You said when we was actually building and getting stuff accomplished. You see what I'm saying? Because them niggas really ain't trying to do shit. See, it's easy to say a poo-poo on marriage and be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about marriage. You see what I'm saying? But that show you how much he loves you, black woman. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you can't compare marriage. Why? Nigga, that's the building block of a community. You know what I'm saying? Since motherfuckers want to talk about being leaders, you know what I'm saying? Show me a leader that wasn't married. I'll wait. You can't. You see what I'm saying? Every leader that we revere, all of them was married.
Hey, then
that's
we got
what made them fight.
Hold on, David. Then we got this goofy in the comments. He's saying, shake my head. This is a new level of tongue. This is another dude that ain't married. You know what I'm saying? On the Black Jesus Minister. Goofy. Yeah, goofy, man. Dude is goofy. He on that Black Jesus Minister status. You getting up there in age. You gonna be single until you damn die. You one of them dudes. And you a creep. So you shouldn't even be in the comments saying anything. These weird guys get on here and want to run their mouth and add commentary to stuff and knowing damn well that you's a creep, you's a goof, and you gonna die alone. And that's a fact for that goofy dude on the stream right now, man.
I mean, the whole thing about it, man, you can't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I think it's funny, and I think it's sad. You know what I'm saying? I think it's sad sisters don't understand how to peep game. I taught my sisters how to peep game. That's why they all in pretty much successful marriages. Because I taught them how to see through a bullshit niggas like them. You see what I'm saying? You taught your sisters to shoot how to see through bullshit niggas like them. Teaching a black woman. You see what I'm saying? Teaching a black woman. See, that's the whole thing. Sisters, the best thing a man can give you is information how to navigate through a motherfucking pool full of sharks. That's what the motherfuckers is trying to teach you. I don't agree with everybody's approach because I personally believe that it starts with the black man. Because if I'm going to be the leader, that means I got to be 100. You know what I'm saying? I got to be down by law. I got to be the example. Huh?
They had a question for Domo.
All right.
So you said a woman that sticks around is not a hoe, Domo? Right.
This is when it gets silly, Jeremiah. That's very silly. That's silly, man. This is called appealing to stupidity, where you throw away all logic and reasoning and just make up things. So what makes a woman a hoe then, Domo? I want to know that. Come on, bro. You supposed to be pretty thorough.
So let me get this straight. So a person that makes a statement like this, right? A person that makes a statement like this, a woman that sleeps around is not a hoe. Is a college graduate. He has a wife. Let me ask you, Domo, or Domo, if your wife was sleeping around, would she be your wife?
Nope. Community wife.
If you was out single right now and you was looking for your wife, would you go on Fig? Because you out here where I'm at. Would you go on Fig or Western and King and snatch you up a wife? Because they sleep around. And we know for a fact them is some prostitutes, hoes, all that. So I'm just trying to figure this thing out. So one more question. Is it okay to promote sleeping around to our young ladies, our young daughters, our young sisters? Because you making statements like that, that's basically what you're saying without saying those words. So are you promoting pimping and hoeing with this statement?
Is that advantageous for our community?
I mean, because to make that statement being a college graduate from Oklahoma, that's not a good look in our community, my brother.
Yo, man, shout out to our family in the UK, man. They watching us in the UK, man.
Shalom, family.
And we gotta get this straight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with some of the brothers' approaches, but I understand where it come from because I actually talked to the little young nigga. See, it's the difference between an older and an elder. I'm his elder. You see what I'm saying? And I be in the community all the time. So I deal with young brothers his age. You see what I'm saying? I talk to him and chop it up with him. I still be on the block. You see what I'm saying? Talking to brothers his age who have different views than myself. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like what a young brother say, all you old ass niggas, you see what I'm saying? Instead of putting the young brother to the side and chopping it up with him, trying to understand where he come from, what's his upbringing, how he grew up, what shaped his mind frame. You see what I'm saying? Y'all need to go read Psychological Development of the Black Child. You see what I'm saying? By Dr. Amos Wilson, and Awakening the Genius of Black Children by Dr. Amos Wilson. You see what I'm saying? You need to go read them books so you can understand how to deal with the younger generation. Because all that was a bunch of Willie Lynch bullshit. Let's put the young against the old and the old against the young. You see what I'm saying? And so what y'all need to learn how to be an elder and lead the young brothers. So if you don't like where a young brother coming from, you know what I'm saying, or what a young brother doing or his thought process, you put him to the side, you chop it up with him, and you try to correct it. You don't castigate him because that's your future leader. You don't castigate him. You don't throw him to the side. You don't talk bad about him. You don't slander him. You pull him to the motherfucking side and you chop it up with him. You see where he coming from and try to understand his mindset. See, the same patience that y'all want us to have with the sisters, I do that. But I also do the same patience to my younger brothers. You see what I'm saying? See, that's why you niggas can never lead nothing, because you don't understand where it started. It started with the youth, the young brothers and the young sisters. But you niggas ain't jumping out the motherfucking porch doing the goddamn thing, so you niggas don't understand that shit. So that's why I can stand with this young brother. Do I agree with some of the stuff he say? No, me and him argue about this stuff all the time. But that's between me and him. You see what I'm saying? But I know what his heart is, and I know what his understanding and what his thought process is behind some of the things he say. I know what his background is, where some of that stuff come from. But you got to work a brother out of that. You got to talk to a brother about that. You got to get a young brother to understand that the issue starts with the man. The man is the leader. If you want to be the head, you got to take responsibility. As a coach, I teach my captains of my team, I tell them, look, you're going to be the leader. You're the leader of the team. So you're going to get all the glory and you're going to get all the blame. Can you handle that? And they say, yes, sir, coach. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can accept that you can be the leader. That's what black men got to understand. But you got to deal with the young brothers and get brothers to understand that. But y'all don't want to do that because you niggas are just older. You niggas ain't no elders. So it's because you can never be an elder, you can never lead. So because ain't no young nigga gonna follow you. Who's gonna be your army? A bunch of old ass, decrepit ass niggas? Who's gonna be your army? Who gonna follow you? The young niggas ain't gonna follow you because if they have a fucked up disposition because of how they was brought up, you gonna castigate them and throw them to the side and be talking about what they should and should be doing. So you niggas, this is why I say, and I'm gonna quote Dr. John Henry Clark and I'm out. He said, the more you talk, the more I can tell what you ain't doing. That's all that show was. It showed me what you niggas ain't doing. I'm out.
Hey man, Domo also said, hey, Domo want to speak for himself, but he also said that we making stuff up. So, but I heard the bro, it wasn't Domo. Somebody in the messages said that you said that, right? And also I heard one of the brothers that was in y'all stream say that we can't call women whores just because them, you know, if they had sex with you and then had sex with somebody else, you can't call her a whore for that. I heard them say that verbatim, bro.
Nah,
Hey.
they wasn't saying he said that. They asked him a question.
All right. Yeah.
We got Pro Rizzo in the building, man. I was waiting on him. Pro Rizzo 1 in the building.
Shalom. What's good, fam?
What's going on, family?
Not much, man. Had to be here. Are we live
Yeah,
right
man.
now?
I know you got some things on your chest, man. And I definitely want to let you unleash, man. This is the Unleash Hour, man. Welcome to the Notorious Source Debate League, man.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, Joshua, man, you trying to talk to Domo?
Man, bring Domo on here, man.
Bring him on.
Bring Domo on here. Let him get on here.
Because it's about to be a fight. It's about to be a fight.
Unlike the other group, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta, throw no rocks and hide our hands over here, man. Let that brother in here.
He said, drop the link. You want to speak. So Domo don't have the link.
Yeah, it's in the chat right now. It's there.
All right. Come on, Domo.
You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is it's propaganda. You understand? It's a false narrative that is trying to be created off of some backroom chatter that wasn't meant for public consumption in the first place.
Right.
You understand? And how many of you people, you brothers and sisters that are listening, said things privately that you wouldn't say openly? You understand? So what we're trying to do, man, is make it clear that our actions speak louder than our words, man. You know what I'm talking about? Here you go. This cat talking about, man.
What's good, gentlemen?
Yo.
All right, bro.
I see a conversation we had earlier sparked some controversy. Even though I feel like a lot of this is being misconstrued, you know what I mean, based off of like YouTube shit that I ain't got nothing to do with. But I mean, shit, I showed up, I subscribed to the channel, I showed up to support, I hear what the conversation is about, and so shit, like I'm here.
Yeah, man, listen. You got children, bro?
I got one on the way.
Okay, so when your child get here, man, are you gonna discipline that child?
Yeah, I will.
Are there certain groups of people that you would warn your child to stay away from?
I would warn my child to stay away from certain behaviors. So people that exhibit those behaviors, you stay away from them.
Yeah.
Groups of people though, I mean, it wouldn't be necessarily groups of people, but certain behaviors. You know what I mean? Because like when you try to put it on people, you know what I mean, it's judging book by cover, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Nah, bro, I ain't talking about that. We have a full understanding. We all black men here, right?
Facts.
So we have a full understanding of stereotypes. That's not what I'm speaking of. I'm talking about those that display negative behaviors that you would warn your child to stay away from, right?
Yeah. When
right.
people that are displaying certain behaviors, stay away from that. Yeah.
Right. So are you married, brother?
I am.
Okay. So isn't there certain behaviors? Because I literally said this, Domo, on the show. I said, what we have to do is we have to separate and separate it from being a personal thing as far as, you know, this women thing, and just deal with the actual behavior that we have a problem with that is detriment to our community, right?
Agreed.
So I'm with you on what you're saying. So my thing is this: is there women or behaviors that certain women display that you warn your wife from being around?
Yep, without a doubt.
Exactly. So now, if a woman is acting like a whore, what does that make her, Domo?
I mean, if she acting like a whore, make her a whore.
Right. So I don't understand that this putting on these brothers putting on capes. You understand, and saying, brother, you can't say X, Y, and Z when there's a certain behavior.
Hold on, real quick, Jeremiah. Hold on. Is that Black Jesus Minister here?
Nah, man, that's Ratchet Craig.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. Go ahead.
See, this the thing, Jeremiah. What and I use this phrase, YouTube nigga. I use this phrase a lot because I only been fucking around with the YouTube shit for a couple years. So like the brother that was bragging about doing it, yeah, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas talk about what they do in real life. Yeah, that's what I've been doing my whole life. So doing this shit, this is just this hobby shit. You feel me?
Right.
In terms of, yeah, I mean, what the problem that I have with these conversations is that, and I mean, this is always the part that everybody misses. Black people need to have a more favorable perspective of Black people. So when I said we need to give Black people passes, the way that my brother took it, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like when niggas is in the chat and on panels, it's always about weaponizing something to use it in a later conversation. giving black people a pass is not saying black people, y'all can do whatever y'all want. But also when a brother says that, well, black people always get passes, that's a lie. We literally, everybody on here will admit that we live in a world of white supremacy and white racism.
Facts.
In a world established based off of white supremacy and white racism, anti-blackness is the order of the day. That means that the world dictates anti-blackness, not just through white people, but through other black people. We embrace anti-black attitudes. As a part of embracing anti-black attitudes, what we do as black people is we take the worst example of our population, and then we try to explode that example to say, look, it's the majority, it's all of. That's the problem, because people start people feel demonized, people feel criminalized, and while we think we're doing something like speaking above, what's typically being said, nah, we actually buying into the rhetoric of white supremacy. For example, what's the main issue that black people have with mainstream media? It's that the way we are depicted. You take one example of a black person, and that one negative example reflects all the black people. For example, with the Hebrew brothers, the biggest concern when them Hebrews that did that shit up there with the Jewish people, the biggest concern was what? They about to criminalize all Hebrews, because that is a method utilized by white supremacy. So when a brother point out statistics and say, look, this is a characteristic that you can see in this community. Nobody's saying that we should deny that characteristic is there and that we shouldn't challenge that. But when we frame it as if the majority or a large portion, or or we attempt to create like a monolithic understanding of a group of people to say, well, we need to strategize based off of that monolithic understanding, that creates contention within black communities. We need to have a way to talk about black people in ways to where we address what's going on, but we not add into the demonization. Those two things can happen at the same time. So with Joshua, and actually, if Joshua was listening, I said, this ain't to attack Joshua. Now, the text and everything else that came up later, again, brother, I don't know if you was listening, but I said, yo, we don't got the full context of that. We don't see the message above, or we don't see the message below. So we're going to take that with a grain of salt. You may have missed that part, but it was said. You know what I'm saying? But the conversation, now I was attacking vocab Malone, because that was actually the first half of that conversation. I was attacking vocab Malone, yes, sir. I wasn't attacking Joshua though. I was attacking the idea that in order to solve for the issues in the black community, we need to demonize black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's true. And I say this, and then I'll let y'all get it. I had a debate last season with Madan Komet, and he said the debate was about, are black women more brainwashed than black men? Now, I won that debate, but niggas was mad about the position I took. The position I took was black men and black women are brainwashed. You can't quantify more or less, because when you do, you are utilizing subjective, tainted information to characterize your own people. Because when the world hypersexualized black women, the world criminalizes and hypersexualizes black men. So when we do that, we add in too much of the world to our strategy for it to be effective. We introducing too much of the way whiteness portrays black people in order for that conversation to be effective. Because
now,
then niggas just didn't turn.
I want you to be honest with me, bro.
Yes, sir.
Because everything that you said was right and exact and powerful, right? So
yes,
now,
sir.
if I utilize my platform to attack a young brother, right, and use the tactics of white supremacy, such as cut and paste, I'm gonna isolate this statement and then make a whole show out of this one statement. Not understanding this brother, and then don't allow the man to adequately respond to the allegations that are being levied against him, correct? So is that also, because that's what happened, Domo. We went on that show, that's what happened. That was the plan, and that's what was executed. You understand? unbeknownst to me, because I'm thinking that, as we always do, Domo, when we come on there, we get on the information. We ask questions about history. We ask questions about science, right? We ask questions about theology. So this is what I'm thinking. I didn't think this was a damn indictment, and we're gonna make a 3-hour show based upon 2 statements, and that's what took place. I'm asking you, is that right? Is that fair? Is that not an example of black brothers using white supremacy against their own?
No, I mean I don't think it's fair. I mean, I feel like anytime there's any accusation that's being levied towards somebody, they should have the opportunity to kind of fully flesh that out. But I mean, but just like the thing about it, this is what I call that YouTube spirit. You feel me? What happens is once that spirit starts to flow, it just gets just like what was happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Like all the energy that was directed towards, like, you know, who, I mean, because when I was saying who married the who, I'm like, I'm a married black man. I was the one who initiated the conversation. I'm a married black man. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't a part of the initial show though, Domo. You wasn't even on there until
but see, I even said then. It's certain shit, it's certain panels like that I don't get on. Cause it's like that's not, you know what I mean? Like that's not my conversation.
I need you to say that shit was whack as hell. It was wrong. I need you to say that, brother, because that's what.
No, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say is Black Jesus Minister was trying to start some shit.
Right.
I say that without a doubt. Black Jesus Minister was trying to start some shit because you'll see Solar give niggas the platform regardless of whether or not, you know what I'm saying, he fuck with what they do. That's how Vokai Malone ended up, you know what I'm saying, doing what he do. Because it was like, shit, like, y'all go ahead. Like, niggas that I fuck with, you know, get on there. Like, we can have that conversation. And sometimes it turned out in ways that where I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Because, like, this whole conversation, I ain't catch. Like I said, I was in and out. Because depending on who involved, I'm like, I'm not the type of nigga, I'm not going to sit in the chat and talk shit. If it's not something that I'm following in terms of the show, I tune in, I hit that like button, I'll make a quick comment just so, you know what I'm saying, the channel could get that, like, you know, them statistics, that support, that engagement, that view, and then I pop out.
Look, man, Solar jumped in that thing head first, man, as if he don't got a track record of disrespecting black women, bro, and that's not right, bro. You understand? I'm not sitting up here as if I ain't never disrespected a woman for disrespecting me. You understand? I'm not sitting up here as like I'm holier than thou and this, that, and the third. No, I got many flaws. You understand? As a man. But when you try to condemn somebody else, bro, that's the hypocrisy of the game that we address.
But see, I think y'all mixing what Solar was saying with what Black Jesus Minister was doing. What Solar was saying was, bro, the way that you talk about black men, you could extend that courtesy to black women. Like, for example, black men know that there's certain issues that black men got. Black men know that single mothers ain't getting pregnant on their own.
We talk about
Right. But see, Solar was saying what I'm saying in the sense of let's extend that same courtesy, you know what I'm saying, to women when we're addressing the issues, let's extend that courtesy of understanding, right? Because it's like for every nigga that's in a manosphere and for every Cynthia G, like that's both the same size of the same problem. That's both two aspects of anti-blackness. Black men and black women are intricately tied together in terms of our experiences in the United States. And when we pick a side to point the finger, that's when we create problems. That's when we create larger problems.
All right, man. We got somebody in the chat real quick. I don't know who this is. I think it's a sister. Let me see here.
Are you talking about Sheila? Yeah, that's one of our sisters. Elder sister.
Okay.
It's interesting. Yeah, she's good people, bro. She's here to here to support, to be here, you know. But it's interesting that you point out about pointing the finger, Domo. You know, again, we go to court, the judge wants to hand us sentence, black, white, whatever. They normally have names for people like pedophiles. You see what I'm saying? That's pointing the finger, isn't it? That's pointing the finger.
Nah. I mean, because the circumstances are a little different, right? Like ultimately, the circumstances that we're talking about is when our method of pointing the finger, because pointing the finger and actually addressing a concern are two different things, right? Like when we talking about the
What's the
whoredom in
difference?
our when we talk about the whoredom in our community, where does the whoredom stem from?
It's not just in our community.
But we're talking about our community. We're
But
not
see,
talking about
this is the
we're talking
issue.
about our community.
We're acting as if this is brand new. This is the false dichotomy about the whole thing. This is why we're here now. You know, it's whoredoms in every community. It's always been whoredoms since the world has began, and it'll continue as long as they're humans.
But see, that's what you
Right?
call regressive. That's what you call regressive thought. Because what happens is we can
I'm
overgeneralize
sorry.
everything. We
I'm
can
sorry.
always.
Excuse me. Could you repeat that again? Did you say
I mean,
regressive thoughts?
regressive because it
Okay,
constantly
what's
works itself.
regressive about the facts?
Well, I'm saying again, it's not the facts. It's about the narrative, like what we're talking
Okay,
about.
the narrative, the facts,
Context
the
is
regressive thoughts. We're
well,
talking
hold
about a
on.
behavior. We're pointing at a behavior, Domo.
Now I understand what you're saying that, right? But
And it's
again,
wrong for
we're
us to
talking
point
about.
out a behavior of not just black people.
But see, I'm not saying that though. I'm not saying it's
Okay,
wrong to
then
point out a
what is the
behavior.
dichotomy of what you're saying?
But the thing is, one, I'm not creating a dichotomy. I'm actually focusing on a specific community, right? I can concede that yes, there's whoredom in other places without detracting away from the conversation at hand. The particular context that we're having this conversation in is specifically discussing intra-racial relationships, like how black men and black women talk to, treat, and understand each other. Right? You can go to the end, like the outside, the interracial, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Yes, that's true, right? But when we're having a particular conversation, we're talking about the ways in which both black women attempt to categorize and break down what's wrong with black men and vice versa. There's an issue on both sides in that we bring too much of what white supremacy has taught us about each other into these conversations. And we end up creating enemies out of the same people that we're trying to say, listen, we're trying to fix this. That's the part of it that I feel like needs to be more, because it's when you having this conversation and we saying we want to help the community, it's about fixing the community, we want to converse with the community. Okay, so what kind of relationship are you trying to have with these people that they're supposed to be this change to? Because as black people that say we want to fix the community, we definitely don't think that the community is outside of fixing, right? The conversation is to actually spur change, correct?
Well, first of all, you know, you're saying a lot of things and you're jumping ahead. You're putting a horse, you're putting the carriage before the horse. Let me put this in a simple way for all of us to understand. You have a house. We all have houses, most of us. We have a roof leak. You call somebody that is a professional to fix the roof, don't you? The guy that comes out to fix the roof, the first thing he does is say, what seems to be the issue? You point out, well, there's a leak over my TV in my living room. A decent professional will go up and see where the issue is and point out the problem. And when he finds it, he gives you a bill. He tells you this is what it's going to cost to fix this issue. You follow where I'm going with this? Now, we are here to discuss the same guy that's pointing out an issue. And then we want to roast the guy that is telling us where the issue is. This is no different from going to a doctor. The doctor says, hey, you got a tumor in your brain, and all of a sudden we want to cry and we want to show out and have a hissy fit because the doctor told us where our issue was. That's why we're here now. Joshua pointed out an issue as a doctor would, as a dentist would if you had a cavity, if you needed a root canal, or as a bone specialist, if you had osteoporosis. You see what I'm saying? Or optometrist, or anybody that has any knowledge of any skill. What's the difference between what is prostitution and whoredom? What's the difference? Prostitution is a trade. Is that an issue amongst black folks? And we're going to get mad at the person that's saying, hey, that's prostitution. We're going to get mad. How can you even think about fixing an issue that you're not even willing to point out and address and say it exists? That is a very, very
right. And Domo, it comes off as if you don't want anything to be said. You want to silence anyone that has those point of views or trying to point out anything negative in the black community. That's not going to help you. That's not conducive.
But see, that's what I call the YouTube spirit, because you will only take that away from what I said if there was this investment in embracing that type of martyrdom, right? Like that. Like the problem is that people feel like, oh, like nah, I got this right answer. And the reason why people coming at me, or the reason why people challenging me, is because you got to go through that if you right. It's like, nah, bro. I'm not saying, like, nobody's saying that there aren't issues that need to be addressed. The idea of it though is communicating these things. And I think we are underestimating. Hold on, I think we are underestimating the role that white supremacy and whiteness has played, and how we understand how these problems need to be addressed, right? I think like when he was asking me about raising kids, I would think that when it comes to discipline is not just a question of putting your foot down. It's a question of communicating. And if you got a lesson that you're trying to teach to your child, but you're teaching it to them in a way to where it's ostracizing them, it's making them your enemy, it's making them want to fight you, right? As a parent, you got to think, okay, I don't want that reaction, but I need this discipline. They need this discipline, but I don't want that reaction. You don't just constantly keep doing the same thing,
Domo,
simply because
we get that, Domo. But that is circumventing the real issue here. The real issue is, why do we have to be martyred for just pointing out the simple fact that it's daylight outside when the sun is up?
But you're not being martyred, though. You're embracing that martyrdom. You embracing that.
Okay,
nobody's martyring you.
We want to detract to white supremacy. So let me ask you a question, Domo.
Yes,
out of all of us, which one of us is supporting white supremacy?
I didn't say. I mean, again, this is like, that's a straw man, bro. I didn't say that you supporting white supremacy.
Exactly.
I said we underestimate. Hold on, let me help you. We underestimate how much influence white supremacy has on how we understand and internalize our strategies to solving the problem. Because identifying the problem
here, that's a false dichotomy. Because because Joshua points out, there is whoredom and prostitution and fornication and these issues amongst and black on black, what they call black on black crimes in our community. All of a sudden, okay, we get lambasted, we get called out, we get poked at for just pointing out an issue.
Yeah,
and we're saying we're under, and our remedy for this is combating it with, we're promoting white supremacy. So we're the damn people who are brainwashed because we're pointing out an issue.
Are you saying that I'm saying that you are brainwashed by white supremacy? That's why you pointing out the issue? Is that what you're saying that I'm saying? So to help the conversation, how are you understanding what it is that I'm saying? Just to be clear.
I understand what you're saying, but you're circumventing what we're saying.
No. But that's my point. If you're saying I'm circumventing, then you don't understand what I'm saying. I have
just bringing up white supremacy here in this situation is the false dilemma, because it has nothing to do with it. No more than if I walk outside and the sun is up and it's 90 degrees and we all say, hey, it's hot.
And so my response to that is you underestimate the impact that white supremacy has.
Okay, first of all,
and like I said,
white supremacy if you does not follow suit to this conversation. You're bringing something in. You're introducing a point here that is understood.
I'm not.
It's really irrelevant to, unless you are, let me say it this way, unless you are willing to concede to the point that A, white supremacy is the reason why there's prostitution, A, and B, are you
but that's how I'm saying we're having two separate conversations. That's what I'm saying. We're not even talking about the same thing at this point.
B, are you willing to also say and admit for us that white supremacy is the reason why Joshua pointed out the issue amongst our own in our community.
And that's what I'm
Are you willing
saying.
to
Both A and B are based on fallacious argumentation, and it's evidence
okay,
that
then
you
it
and
is
I
irrelevant to this
we're having
conversation.
two
As
different
I stated, that is
we having two
really
different
the real
because
issue here.
I'm talking
All
about
right, Joshua?
strategy. I'm talking about strategy.
Okay,
We could,
we're
like
not
you
here
can
to
talk about
discuss
how
strategy,
effective you
brother.
are
You're
exactly,
off
which
the
means that
point.
you're not here to talk about solving the problem.
You're completely off
You're
the
not
point. And this
exactly
is the issue.
exactly.
This is why we're here tonight, bro. We are here to discuss
All right.
why is this brother being roasted and burnt at the cross and strangled to death as if he was a 13th century William Tyndale for just pointing out the fact that this is what's going on amongst our people. Why does he have to be martyred by the very people that he's trying to actually make aware of what's going on? There's nothing wrong with pointing out the fact that, hey, there is whoredom, there is prostitution amongst our people. And I can see if he was talking about white folks, Chinese and Puerto Ricans, his concern isn't them. It is our community. What's wrong with that? That's why we're here. Domo?
I mean, no, I wasn't curious as to why we was having this conversation. I mean, I definitely am aware of like how this conversation came about. So like I said, we just have a different. We're focused on two different things at the moment. So it's like I'll just say I hear you. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, I got you.
So I want to go back to the comment, Don, about giving our people a pass, because I don't think you actually said that. I think the Marcus brother said that, right? And I said that. But when I was talking about giving a pass, I was saying in terms of, like, for example, we negotiate how we're going to be around every other group of people, right? When we go to work, we negotiate making sure that, you know, the white people around us feel comfortable enough for us to be employed. Right. When we go out to restaurants, when we go to stores, we negotiate with all of these people that we have to engage with, regardless of, you know, how racist, how they follow us around in stores, right? How they you know, the stores in the black kids don't bring no backpack, and it can't be no more than two of y'all, right? We negotiate with all of these aspects of racism and white supremacy on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to black people, there's this no, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna tear you down, I'm gonna be the motherfucker that point that, you know what I mean? And so it's like there's nothing wrong with identifying. Malcolm X identified problems, Martin Luther King identified problems, Kwame Ture identified problems, the Black Panthers, Marcus Garvey, hell, Nat Turner. We can go through the list of black people that identified what was wrong, but what made them leaders wasn't based on how well they could point out what was wrong, but how well they was able to galvanize people to address those problems. That's what's important. Not about anybody could point the finger. It ain't hard to look at the black community and say, okay, they got problems. That's not hard. We can all do that. We all do it every day. It's how we address those problems and how we get people to understand this is what we need to address. How can you?
That's what's more important.
Hey, Domo, how can you address it when everybody internalizes and act as if it's a personal attack towards them personally? Like the whore statement. The sisters in the comments were acting like I'm calling everybody whores. And my thing is, once you do that, like my grandmama told me, only a guilty dog barks, right? Or a guilty dog holler. Y'all know the saying. So why are we taking everything that's being said about our people and then throwing it on ourselves as if it's a personal attack? Right?
No, I understand that, right? Because, like, for example, like I study politics, and a part of me and a part of my studies has to do with attaching like black epistemology, black ways of thinking to our political strategy. And what I mean by that is, how do we go about politics in a world that's anti-black, in a political system that's anti-black, right? It's not something that we got to, it's something that we have to engage, right? Because if it's left alone, it's going to get worse than what it is. So the first understanding that I came to, just even having conversations about black people in politics, was niggas don't fuck with this shit. what's happening in Washington, what's happening in capitals, niggas feel completely detached from because we've been marginalized, we've been dismissed, and we've been ignored. So the fact that niggas don't like be like fuck voting and fuck black politicians and fuck the fact that they say that, I understand that 100% completely. And so me even aspiring to go into politics, studying politics, teaching politics, as somebody who, for example, will become a black politician, the first thing you got to understand is you're doing everything that you're doing for people that's gonna say fuck you to your face. Every black politicians like John Lewis, you feel me, do what they do, knowing. Because I mean, don't get it twisted. Not all black politicians are for the benefit of black people. But even the ones that are recognize that they not gonna trust me because I'm in these circles. And that's okay. When I try to talk about even when I first came into SBDL, Yashar the first nigga to tell you. Me even discussing the possibility of a nigga casting a ballot, Yashar was one of the main niggas like, Dom, the fuck are you doing telling our people to do this type of shit? I wouldn't be able to get a sentence out. But I understood his frustration. So I didn't need to be like, Yashar, you stupid motherfucker. You nah, it's like, I mean, I feel you, bro. I understand exactly why you saying what you saying. But I still gotta study. I still gotta do what I'm doing, knowing that if I get to that place, these niggas is not gonna fuck with me. Even though everything I'm doing is for their benefit. I come from the hood. I come from the mud. Many politicians come from the mud. Mayors, motherfucking representatives and aldermen, all type of people that's there in these institutions to be there for the people. But it's gonna be people that say just because you there, fuck you. Those are the type of things that we gotta embrace and understand. Like black people gonna take it personal. Like we are really guarded when it comes to who we are because everything is against us. So if you even look like you fucking with the motherfuckers that's against us, that's a problem.
Well, if that's the case, shouldn't it be a united front against these things that tear us down as a community, as a people, instead of a united front against people that have sentiments that you might not agree with? Like you said, attacking the politicians and saying F the politicians, right? Yeah. Shouldn't it be focused on the issues and not the people or the messages, so to speak? I feel like our people have a, shoot the messenger mentality. They should take that same attitude towards the issues that we have, and maybe we'll be in a better place.
No, I mean I agree with that. I don't disagree with none of that at all. I mean I think in terms of like a part of the problem though is like when we talk about like the whoredom in black communities, we talking about the hypersexualization of black people, right? Like we all know that this country, it was legal to rape black women at one point because black women were seen as hypersexual. They wanted it. You couldn't rape a black woman because they always wanted sex. That's the foundation of how black permission in the United States was that shit. They can't control that. That's them. So the people that control the media, the people that control perception, the people that control the narrative, push that. Now, please, there is definitely a question of personal responsibility in all of this. Always. Social criticism in no way, shape, or form abdicates one from personal responsibility. But it does inform how certain decisions get made. Why people think certain decisions are the problem. Because when we talk about whoredom in black communities, the same reason why, I won't say the same, right? But the logic at the foundation of why black women think this is what they need to do is the same foundation that got black men thinking that the only way I could provide for my family is to sell drugs. When I was 11 years old, I saw my stepfather bagging up some crack. And the speech that he gave me resonated with me to this day. This is how we eat. This is how we live. He had been on his own since he was 5th fucking teen. That's all he knew. That's it. So while a person he chose to do that. He chose to be in the streets. He chose to make those choices. You know what I'm saying? Like to live that type of life. It's a choice. But ultimately, The choice had to do with the way that the people are socialized. That's the foundation. And if you socialize on a faulty understanding of self, you make personal decisions that are against the direct interest of self. That does not take away personal responsibility, but it helps us understand where the problem actually lies. It's in our mind, our way of thinking. That's why I'm like, black people need to be black people need to have a better perception of ourselves, because that's where it starts. So even in these conversations, it start with that internalized. Okay, now not only is the world saying like black women are hoes, now the people that are intimately tied to black women say that they hoes too. That don't take away from the fact that it's some hoe type shit that's going on. But what side are we on in terms of addressing the issue? We know what side we on because what we look like, but we sound like them. We can't bring what they bring to the conversation and say that we're trying to help, because just like when a nigga, hey bro, just cast this ballot for fucking what? Yeah, man, listen, y'all need to stop being her. Like, if y'all stop close them legs, like what, nigga? I'm getting paid.
Well, let me say something, man.
Go ahead. My fault.
You no one is saying that that's a method of teaching our sisters how to be better sisters, because I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I got a whole community and a congregation that I fellowship with. When we're teaching our sisters and the children, we're not using derogatory terms to teach them, bro. Nobody is saying that these are the methods in which we teach. We're addressing an isolated situation that somebody took snippets of and made a whole show out of. So we would not be the ones sitting here arguing with you saying, no, our methods is that we should teach like this. Right? So we have an understanding of the point that you're making, because we believe in our people and we show it through our marriages, through our interactions in our communities, and the things that we do. Being involved in creating after-school programs, talking to parents, talking to children, right? Feeding the people in our communities. Like, this is what we do, bro. You know? So like we have a love for our people. So in that area in which we're doing that, there are people that are displaying behaviors outside of that we say, hey, this is what you don't want to be involved in. It's going to lead you down this particular road. And as the example you gave about your stepfather, that might be a way that some survive, but in living that way, you're going to have to deal with the consequences and the circumstances that come with that particular lifestyle.
Facts.
So,
I don't repeat that at all. Well, I guess I was saying, I was saying what I was saying based on the
last part.
Go ahead.
We're not saying that we're just defending ourselves when we make an observation on something. Then someone say, "Hey, brother, you can't say that." What? We live in this world together. I know you see that woman standing on the corner over there at 4 a.m. What do you think is going on? You understand? So now I make an observation. It's prostitutes outside of my community. You understand? And now I work with brothers, and we go out and we minister unto them, and we try to create programs that will help them. And then some of them actually reject the program. They don't want no help from nobody. You understand? So we're just saying, for brothers that are telling us that we can't make an observation on certain behaviors, that is wrong, and that is also not beneficial to our community. Go ahead, bro.
No, yeah, I was just saying. I mean, and I give niggas that. I definitely do. That's why even when I was talking about vocab, I was like, regardless of whether or not I think I'm an Israelite or I believe in that doctrine, I'm gonna side with y'all every day because I know what y'all mission is.
Right.
It may have a different meaning, or why it's your mission may be different than mine, but ultimately the foundation of what we want and what we are striving for is the same, regardless. For me, I think it's so like as a part of politics, I also study like a lot of philosophy, critical race theory to be exact. And epistemology. So like how we come to understand things, how we come to know things is important to me. So when we talk about certain things and when we face certain things, this is a more nuanced conversation. I will admit to that, right? Because I think that it needs to be an understanding that we're not talking about like surface level shit. Like, nah, it's much deeper than it. Nah, you don't need to say that. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, when they say free your mind and your ass will follow, it's like if you view your people, if you view your people differently, how you talk about them, regardless of whether it's critical or whether it's in praise, how you talk about them reflect that. That's why I say it's certain, because it's certain things of in terms of like language that I be saying I slip up hoes, bitches. It's like my wife corrects me on that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Say that's not cool all the time. My homegirls correct me on certain things all the time, right? Like I'm no different from any other brother in terms of how we use the language. The only place where I'm different is I understand that where the language can be dangerous, so I work on that. I mean, it's certain mental things associated with socialization. That's why I said that we underestimate. Not that it's like, oh, take over everything, but it's certain things attached ourselves to that's a part of or that's been informed by the dominant society that we just think, oh, nah, that's just how it is. It's like, nah, anything to tell you how things is in the United States is that it has some tinge of whiteness to it. And that whiteness needs to be interrogated before we can fully embrace it. Now that's not saying Joshua is operating from white supremacy, because where he's operating from is a place where he wants to see better for black women. You can't deny that. That's the only reason why you wouldn't be married to a black woman. You wouldn't say you care about black people. You know what I'm saying, when you made that statement,
right?
You feel me? So it is a nuanced criticism that requires brothers think just a little bit. I don't want to say deeper, because I don't want to make it sound like niggas ain't doing their due diligence in terms of putting in a thought. But when it comes to like that challenging certain foundational things, we get, because what it means to challenge it means more. Because even when I'm talking to my wife sometimes, like it's like shit that I feel like, nah, you need to hear this, you need to know this. But how I'm coming at her, like she's like, but nigga, I don't talk to me like this. So I gotta know, all right, let me, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. So that's why the conversation I was having today was specifically because I done went back and forth with Solar and went back and forth with Lex and Terry and everybody, nigga. I've been told, nigga, you simping, you that nigga. But I also went back and was like, yo, I'm not about to, in a debate where I'm defending the black woman, I'm not about to demonize the black woman, the black man to defend the black woman. It worked both ways. You know what I'm saying? That and I feel like that's the better approach. I got a problem with the way that the problem with black men and the problem with black women happen on YouTube, period. Because I don't think YouTube is a productive space for those conversations because of what it entails. Like,
I'm glad
in order
you
for people to be in.
I'm glad you said that, because these conversations that I've had about this have always been in private or with these brothers. We ain't on YouTube doing shows about this. Black Jesus Minister, the reason why it came on YouTube in the first place.
And the kick part is now you mentioned, when you start talking about systematic racism and prejudice, that exists very heavily amongst us. Crab in a bucket. One brother wants to get ahead. What does he do? He'll lop off the head of another brother to get ahead.
His brother, yeah.
Okay, so this is why I was saying earlier about white supremacy don't really have anything to do with it. There is a such thing as black supremacy, isn't it? This is obvious. Before we can deal
I would disagree with that. I don't
trying
think
to get to the issue, this is what we do. I'm gonna stop you in every way I can. I'm gonna stop you. See, this is the devil amongst us. I'm gonna stop you from just telling the plain, simple truth, flat out. Let's don't play no games, okay? The brother just pointed out, hey, there's a fire. We need to put it out. Oh no, let's let the house burn down to the ground. And so, and then we come back with something else to kind of stop the brother from doing his job, you know, in our own community. We're gonna castigate him, castrate him. Let's bring up every other subject and every other thing to point out the issue, the problem we think is a problem, instead of actually dealing with the issue. I mean, how many of y'all have a headache and go to a doctor and say, could you please put a hammer through in between my eyeballs to solve my headache? How many of y'all do that? How many of y'all go to the automotive shop and say, you know, my tooth hurting. Could you fix my tooth for me? How many of y'all do that? Nobody does that. Nobody. That don't even stand to reason. But for some reason, we think we can fix the issue that's going on by stopping the mouthpiece that's pointing out the issue. And that'll make no sense.
I mean, now, even with this disagreement, the one thing that I wanna stress is I don't want y'all brothers feeling like anything and like any of the drama that goes down, you know what I'm saying, got to do with niggas trying to tear down y'all league. You know what I mean? We respect what y'all do, without a doubt. You know, YouTube drama is YouTube drama. You feel me? Like I know in terms of, you know, like when certain individuals get involved, I already know what type of day it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really fool with Black Jesus Minister like that. I mean, like with like for I understand for you it's that. I understand for you it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that because this has been an issue. This has been an issue, bro. Not this has been an issue since Black folks existed.
100%. 100%.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Huh? I mean,
I'm not listen. I'm not disagreeing with none of that, but let me say this though, because I know brothers felt like it was what was happening was, you know what I mean, like more contention that was in. It's like nah, you know what I mean. An outside nigga came in, was like, have him on, do the thing. It went the way that it went. I don't involve myself with the outside brother that initiated the whole shit anyway. You know what I mean, right. But ultimately though, it's like with Source and SVDL, it's love. You feel me? It's love.
I mean, we get that. We get that, bro. We're not here to, you know, point that out so much to say, but for the listening audience, if anybody got any sense, this is what's plaguing us. This is the cancer amongst us. Right? We just can't get together because of stuff like this. Brother Ward, I'm not going to even call his name because I'm not trying to make him famous. You see, but anytime you got to deride your brother, your little brother, to make a name for yourself, you look real low in my book. And he looks low in all of our books. In this league, I can tell you that. Because the same brother will sit up there and call our little brother Joshua out for pointing out an obvious fact. In the meantime, he's sitting there while he's judging our brother and condemning him. He's condemning the rest of us at the same time. At the same time, using the same derogatory terms that the white man been using on us for the last, I don't know, 400 years. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you get the point? Is what I'm asking you.
Right.
That's the issue. That is the issue.
I mean, you know what?
Pointed out. Oh, look, there's the brothers and sisters are in there. That's not the issue.
Done. The brother Swab Boss brought up an issue where he called some sisters hood rats.
Yeah.
So that was hypocritical as hell. You know what
I'm
saying?
He's in hood red hoes, bro. He's in hood red hoes because the Swab Boss. Hood red hoes.
Hey, and look, I know Swab didn't play the clip, but I've been watching this league for a long time. I remember the exact moment that he talking about because I thought it was funny because Solar cut him off. He was like, Swab Boss and them hood red hoes. Yeah, all right, thank you, Black Jesus Minister. Moving on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know when he did it.
Saying?
And that's why it's like
Minister. How does that work for you? How does this work for you?
That's hypocrisy, man. That is the epitome of hypocrisy, man.
Thank you. We're not crazy here in the source, bro. We got plenty of sense. We can see through muddy water straight to dry land. You understand what I'm saying? This is why we're here. This is why we're here, bro. That's what we do. To point out the BS. Now that brother need to humble himself and admit where he is wrong.
Right.
Because he does the same thing that he's pointing his finger at with our brother Joshua. He does the same thing to Hebrew Israelites on Sinetta TV. He does the same thing in the Lion's Den. He's been doing it for about a year now since I've been knowing him. Am I lying, brothers? He's been doing this for a whole year since I've been knowing him. And he don't gotta like it. Tell him to come see me. But everybody knows that he does this. This is no secret. This is not a secret at all. Okay? That's why my camera's on, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Hey, but excuse me, dog. I'll be to interrupt, but he been on this. Is this just something he got against Joshua? He just been on this campaign that he's trying to. Now all of a sudden he's so pro black woman. You know what I'm saying? That was his motto. That was never his motto.
But this is big. Just like I told Domo, this is bigger than that.
Yeah, no, I'm just
this
saying
deals with our whole black race. All he's doing is following the same program that brothers been doing for years to other brothers. It's the same junk, bro. It's the same thing, bro. Do y'all not hear me talking? It's the same thing. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, dog. I get you.
Bro, if it was just a thing about him and Black Jesus, bro, if it was just Black Jesus and Joshua, they had to debate. It would have been over with. This has a motive. This spells agenda. And if you can't see that, you don't got nothing to say on the subject. Just straight up, you don't need to say nothing
there is a motive
at all.
behind Black Jesus stuff. I got a little stuff. Propaganda campfires.
Bro,
listen, I'll admit,
MOTIVE on this, bro. This is not listen. It's time for us to stop this circumventing the issue. Stop going around the issue and deal with it. We done been on this how many nights now? 3 nights? If it was just a thing between Joshua and Black Jesus Minister, we wouldn't need to be here. We wouldn't need to do this. It's bigger than that. Not to mention all the false doctrine that he comes out with. And we have tried to talk to this brother.
Get him.
I asked him on the same show that he was on when he pulled Joshua and put him on the hot seat. I said, you know, the question was this. Well, it was a statement and a question. The statement was, well, you got such a big, I find it interesting you had such a big issue with Joshua talking about using the term whore when concerning our people or prostitute, whatever to that effect. I said, now, since you have such a big issue with that, you have the same issue with Jesus using the term? You know, the Most High been using this term since the beginning toward Israel, his own people.
Right.
The prophets used the term. We pointed out the verse. Joshua is there to witness. Jeremiah is there to witness. Everybody that was on that platform that night knew what was stated. We used Leviticus, we used Deuteronomy. And what happened? He didn't want to deal with that. He wanted to go around the point. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that. The greatest Hebrew Israelite scholar on the world, the greatest Kemetic scholar on the planet, the greatest Christian apologist on the planet, couldn't deal with the fact that the Most High was using the term, Christ is using the term, the prophets are using the same term towards Israel, and you're going to pull Joshua out and pull his coattail, castigate him and say, you wrong for that, you disrespecting black women, when he sits there and disrespect our brothers, me, you, and everybody else. At the same time, dear brother, I love you, but I'm going to put my foot up your, you know what? This sounds funny,
He told
but it's not.
he wanted to kick him in his throat. Remember that?
Yeah.
Come on,
And
man.
dingy testicles. Let's don't forget that part. Okay, so no, we're not gonna minimize this down to no, it's just Joshua and no Black Jesus. No, that's the issue now. We keep swashing over what the real issue is.
Hey, bro.
You
Hey,
a traitor, bro. You a sellout.
Yeah. Hey, can I be real though? The real thing. In my family, my particular family, all the black women been the ones that hold it down. They ain't no lie, right? So they'll being able to hold it down, they'll be top-notch educators, top-notch money givers, top-notch caring. They the one who taught me what a whore is. I know what a fucking whore is in this black community, based off them. They were great women, based off them. And I don't hold everybody to that standard because it was a hard job and they deserved it. No women, you know what I'm saying? No women was our elders, and they deserve the elder titles. But the women in my
Nobody see again.
Yeah.
This is what again. I hold on, bro.
I just trying
See,
to.
you putting stuff out there in the air that don't make no sense to do, bro. Stop it. Josh Hughes didn't. He's not guilty of that. Why are we discussing that? First of all, why are we doing it? For what? What would be the purpose? Are you talking about somebody in your immediate family when we're talking about a community issue, bro? We're not talking about no. That's the whole issue. Why we here now?
This is a community issue, right?
No, it's not. When you reduce it down to just your immediate family. He said this the other night. Same thing, bro. Listen, bro. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do it. I didn't let Domo do it. I ain't gonna let nobody do that. You know why? Because it's dishonest and it's stupidity, bro, for us to sit here and point something out and we got to deal with being castigated, and then somebody wants to circumvent and go around the mulberry bush to talk about, well, in my family. Let me tell you something. I had hoes in my family. That's being real. That's being real. There's sisters that's hoes in my family. And then what? You want to talk about being real, bro? This is being real, bro. In every one of our families, we got crackheads, we got thieves, we got robbers, we got homosexuals, we got hoes, we got prostitutes, bro. We got liars, we got murderers, we got false teachers, we got lying preachers, we got lying demons, we got crackheads. And I got to be castigated, or I got to hear this lullaby story about. Because in somebody's family, you know, I had good women. We're not talking about good women. If we were talking about good women, some of y'all will be on here talking about the bad women. We back. We backwards. We backwards.
You gotta step back. Let me go ahead and finish my spiel right quick, right? Because I'm going somewhere with this, and you cut my wisdom out, brother.
Yeah, because y'all keep bringing up irrelevant points, just like Domo did. You keep bringing up irrelevant points. Look, we've been on this 3 nights, bro. Do you understand? Let's get to the point and stop bull jiving around.
I'm getting to the point. You ain't been let me. I ain't been on this 3 nights.
You know, I don't care, bro. We have been on it. Josh Hughes have been on it. He's the one on the hot seat, bro.
You gotta let.
You know, stop. Listen, bro. You know what? You know what? Y'all like to play games, right? You want to play games?
Playing no guys.
Okay, then why can't we deal with the point without all this stupid jargon and soft pedaling around the point, bro? I'm sick of that. That's why we here now. This is why we here now. I keep saying this is why we here now. You can't, if you can't deal with the point, if you do not understand what's going on, you should not even be commenting.
You
at all.
Be commenting if you gonna
make it personal. Make it personal, bro. That's why we here. Because somebody made it personal.
Let you speak. Hey, Don,
you know, because somebody made it personal, bro.
Don, you gotta let the brother speak.
You know, because somebody made it personal, Jeremiah. That's why we here. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I
said that. Okay. I said that too. I said that already. But
hey yo, I'm gonna break out. I want to like Jeremiah. I accept that invitation to be on the hot seat, bro. Set it up. Whenever it is,
I appreciate it, man. It's gonna be real fun. Back down on your candy ass. Understand that, brother?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else. It sounds good. Sound good. All right, y'all be easy.
All right, peace.
All right, Domo. Later, bro.
Hey, Don, you gotta let Ratchet Craig chime in, man. Come on, Ratchet Craig.
Yeah, but nah, what I was going there, right, with my family, man, I had some top-notch women in my family. They ain't top-notch men, too, but we talking about the women, right? The reason why I said that is, so I know the difference between a great woman, man, and a whore, man. I'm just saying, if Jatu can't express himself as he don't know nothing that's in our community based off him living in with black people, married to a black woman, and he have a black woman that he in love with, and I'm pretty sure she's not a whore. If he can't express himself like that, man, what are we here for, man? What are we doing to our own people, man? We can't call our people out on something they do wrong. We gotta be magical. Like all we gotta do is get on inspirational words. A lot of people can't be saved, man, and we gotta get to this. A lot of our people can't be saved, man, and that's all I'm saying. It's the people we gotta let go, man, and we got. I mean, we ain't got to slander them, but we gotta let them go. Let them be in the whole corner. You know what I'm saying? And focus on the middle of the road of women and the top notch women, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't take these motherfuckers in the gutter, man. And that's the part I'm going with it. And we play it, man. We play it with it because of our women, man. That's all. Yeah, that's all I want to say, man. But I will go somewhere else first, man. I kind of got.
It's all good, man. And, you know, you always got a voice here. That's great, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Source SUP. This how we get down, family, in the back chat. You know what I'm saying? It get like that sometimes. We don't give a damn, right? So we here to deal with this particular issue, man. That's why we wanted to address this, man. We're gonna move on with the information as we continue to work towards bringing more powerful debates and discussions, right? So it was a ploy. It was a plot. It was a scheme to take down the Source, and it failed miserably, okay? What you have done is woken a sleeping giant. You understand? And we're not afraid to get in the ring and deal with it, whatever you want to deal with. That's what we do. That's how you see the flag right there, man. Right?
Your mind, we actually get in the ring.
Yeah, right.
Right. We ain't out there trying to hit the boxer while his back up against the rope. Right. I'm gonna say this to the audience. First of all, we, over here at the Source, we don't have to take something you're saying in the back chat or anywhere else, whether it's in public or over the phone, and take that to use to slander you to get ahead. Right. We don't have to do that. Right. We have scholarship. Our brothers are studying. That's what we do. We study, we talk, we build, we chop it up. We don't always agree with everything each other's saying. That's not how this is. This is not a cheerleading squad, okay? Right. All right. This is varsity. Source Debate League, scholarship over hollership. Source up or shut up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And if you can't deal with that, okay. But this is one of these examples what I mean. The brother gets beat in the debate. He saw over this. He saw with Jeremiah. He saw with everybody in the Source. And he's out here with everybody out there in the world. First of all, I don't know why you're out here with everybody in the world other than you want to make a name for yourself. Okay? We don't need to do that. Every one of us, Jeremiah used to be the league champion in the Lions Den, and he was there in the Source. I've never seen this brother step out to slander somebody to get ahead or to win anything. Josh Shub is now currently our Source Debate League champion. I've never seen him go, I'm going to slander these few brothers over here so I can be something. He don't need to do that. He has his own channel. You see what I'm saying? And I can say that just about everybody in the whole league. Ratchet Craig, he has his own show. He has his own style, his own swag. We all bring something to the table, and I'm least of all. That's how I look at it. And I do my own live thing. I'm Pro Rizzo 1. I don't need to slander you. Matter of fact, I don't see the purpose of slander anyway, unless you're just the devil. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to do that, folks. If y'all out there debating in any other league, the audience out here on YouTube, if you see this today, tomorrow, next year, I'm letting you know, you don't need to slander people to get ahead, especially your own people. Are we perfect? No. Is there good sisters amongst us? Absolutely. Absolutely. All our sisters is not degraded and brought down to nothing. And that's not what we're here for, and that's not what the brother was doing. He just simply pointed out a factuality in real time. And that, if that's too hard for some of you, you don't need to be in the debate league, because that's exactly what debate is about. Pointing out the facts and the reality. Am I right or am I wrong? If you can't deal with the truth, you might need to be off this planet. You don't need to be here. Truth is reality. And that's what we're dealing with now. You know, it ain't no more right to take this brother and cut some words we're saying in the back chat, you know, just shucking and jiving, as they say, right? Just shooting the breeze. And you're going to take that and turn that into, you know, world news tonight. I mean, you're supposed to be a minister and have some kind of decorum. And the brother, he actually owed Joshua an apology. That's what he owed him. Just the same way you got on Sinetta TV, whoever you was. I'm not gonna even mention it. It wasn't Sinetta. It was. You need to do the same thing. Get your behind up there and offer this brother an apology, bro. The same way you took and twisted his words, it's the same way you need to come right back and apologize. That's what we hot about at the source, because we care about our people here. Okay. If somebody would have slandered Black Jesus or any other one of these brothers in our debate league or not, I would have been like, you know, same standard. Bro, that ain't right for you to do that. There wasn't nothing right about that. Whether you agreed with the brother or not, that has nothing to do with your actions. If he did something wrong, that has nothing to do with your actions at all. We didn't do it in the source. We didn't say, oh, Joshua, you wrong. We're going to make videos about you on somebody else's platform. Like a man, you're supposed to debate your cause with your neighbor. That's book, chapter, and verse. Not get out here in the public, YouTube, on other people's channel, instead of addressing this brother directly like a man. Not like a wimp in a chump. Right. I don't care who don't like that.
I'm about to share my screen.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Share my screen. I want you to exegete, bro.
Okay, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna cut my camera then. See if I can get a good read on this.
Hey, brothers, I'm gonna have to dip out, man. I appreciate the love from everybody, man. Subscribe to the channel, support the league. We're gonna bring more content and actually debate, not gossip. Debate. Right.
Amen.
Peace. Shalom.
Kane, Aki. Peace. Shalom out.
Yo. Champ, exit stays left. Hey, Don, you know how we do, man. We're gonna get this work.
We're gonna get this work.
Up in here, man.
Let's get this work.
All right, here we go. Can you see the screen?
I can see the screen, bro.
Oh, let me load up. Let me load up.
I'm gonna keep my camera because I'm gonna have to get in close to you. This is the book of Hosea.
Hold up.
Now it's amazing. This is one of the questions as I was stating earlier. And Ratchet Craig, bro, I want to apologize. I wasn't trying to cut you off, bro, or nothing. But I like sticking to the point, bro. Hope you don't take that the wrong way. But you know, I'm sorry if I offended you. But you know, like a man, bro, I like staying to the point. Don't like no deviation, you know. That's just the way it is when I get hot like that, you know. I hope I don't offend you, no. None. I want to say that in front of everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Where we at, brother?
So we in I'm just looking at the word whoredom in the scriptures.
Right.
So I want to start with, it was one I just read that was, I think it's in Jeremiah 3, man. Phew.
Okay, let's start with the let's go to that chapter, that particular chapter.
Yeah, we're in Jeremiah 3. In particular, the 9th verse. If you want to read above it or read below it, that's fine.
This is fine. This is Jeremiah 3, verse 9. And it came to pass through the likeness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. Now that's amazing.
Right.
Do y'all hear that? Should I get stoned for saying this?
Right.
Should God be stoned for saying this? Should Jeremiah be stoned for saying this? And this is what we're here for, folks, brothers and sisters. This is what we're talking about. You point out something today in this wicked world amongst wicked-minded people, carnal-minded folks, you wrong, because that ain't politically correct.
Right.
Let's look at another one. This is the book of Leviticus 19 at verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. I believe that's what we all
brother. Hold on, brother. Cause her to be a what?
A whore, slut, prostitute, tramp. We got all kind of names today. Okay, and here's another question. How do we know what a whore is?
Right.
What is a whore? See, you want to talk about hypocrisy? No, you shouldn't say whore. That's wrong. Let me tell you, Cretans, something, okay? Your God is telling you about a prostitute. And you think God know what a prostitute is?
Right.
And all of a sudden, we don't want to talk about that because that ain't nice. Niceness scared means no knowledge. It means stupid. That's the word brutish in the Hebrew is ba'ar. It means you don't have no ability to reason or understand what is being stated at all. And I'm supposed to listen to that? I'm supposed to listen to a brother stopping another prophet or someone pointing out the sins of Israel? I thought it was lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show the people their sins. Let's look at another one. Jeremiah 13:27. Could you scroll up for us out?
Yeah, I got you.
Toda Rabbah. I have seen thine adulteries and thy names. This is what the prophet Jeremiah is saying to Israel. I have seen your adulteries and your neighings and the lewdness of thy whoredoms and the abominations on hills and in the fields. Woe, and woe is a pronunciation of judgment. Woe unto you. You in trouble. That's what we used to say when we was kids. You in trouble now. Oh,
right.
Oh, you know that's a cry of damnation. Oh, Jerusalem, will you not be made clean? When shall it once be? When you gonna stop playing the whore? And so when the brother point this out, he's wrong. I guess Jeremiah was wrong too, wasn't he? I guess Jeremiah is wrong, and I'm wrong for pointing out these scriptures that say the same thing that brother said.
Right.
And that's why there's a hell. And the nations that forget God shall be turned into hell. Sheol. Let's get another one out. Let's get another one. Let's go down a little further, bro. Let's see what else we got in the Bible. People think this is a joke. This is not a joke. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 30. Wherefore say unto the house of who? Israel. That's what? Who? Israel. Thus saith the Lord God, are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers? And you commit whoredoms after their abominations? Why is God calling these people whores? Why is he doing that, folks? Why is he doing that, folks? How much brains do you have to understand that God knows what a whore is, and you ought to know what a whore is, because when you're out there doing the whore stuff, that's what makes you a whore. Right? No. Just come on in. Bless you. Come on in, sister. Hey, you some communion. Let's not talk about that. Let's do that after church. That's what you want to do? That's what this is where we are, folks. In complete utter stupidity. It's called the apostasy. No, let's don't talk about whore. Let's don't do that. But that's the same thing they say that when they fire some white guy about using the N-word, but they still use the N-word. Jeez. Now you want to know what a hypocrite is? That's what it is. You pretend to be. The word is hypocrites in the Greek text. It means one who is an inferior judge. It's a stage actor. I'm just going to pretend to be right about this. I'm going to pretend I don't do nothing wrong. And I'm going to pretend to be qualified to judge somebody when I'm not. That's what a hypocrite is. Let's get another one out. Let's do it one more. I like how the brother say, I like how the brother just condemn as if he don't know what this is about. How do you turn, this is what I want to know. How do you turn around these verses and say, oh no, you just want to disrespect all black women. You just want to disrespect all, is God disrespecting black women? Is what I want to know.
Right.
Huh? Talk to me, Black Jesus minister. Let's get another one out. Let's scroll on down. Let's get another one. It's amazing how this works. Well, you point one out, we'll go through it.
All right.
And these verses speak for themselves, folks. They speak completely for themselves. You can see this. And what's our point? It's a very base and surface point. Very surface. You don't need a mathematician or a scientist to figure this out. This is the book of.
This is Ezekiel 23:17, showing an example of our sister sleeping with other nations.
All right. Whoredom deals not only with, because you sleep with a man and a woman. Whoredom deals with idolatry, folks. Marrying truth to a lie, folks. And this is one of these verses that shows you that. This is Ezekiel 23, verse 17. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love, and they defiled her with their whoredoms. Let's look the word up, whoredoms, in the tool. Let's learn our people something. And I'll read the rest of the verse. And she was polluted with them, and her mind, notice what it says, and her mind was alienated from them. What does alienate mean?
What verse you at?
Verse 17. Verse 17. Let's go to the tools. I'll click on the tools next to Ezekiel 23:17. Let's scroll on down. Let's look at this. Now, here's the Hebrew Masoretic text. It tells you, Ben, Baal, Bo, Mishkav, Dod, Tamaim. There's the word whoredoms. Play it for us, Zach. Let's hear it. It's a little small. I'm having a little issue seeing that one. Taznuth.
7. Taznuth.
Taznuth. Whoredom. There's one word in the Hebrew text. Her with their whoredom is just one word in the Hebrew text. Let's get 8457 in the Strong's out. Taznuth. There's the word, part of speech, feminine noun. Let's go on down out. Let's get on down to it. They show you, see that word whoredom? They translate Taznuth to whoredom 18 times and to fornication twice in your King James Bible in the Hebrew text. The outline is fornication and harlotry. But what exactly does this mean? You see in the Strong's definition, Taznuth from H2181, harlotry, or in other words, figuratively, is talking of, this is figurative language. This is talking about have no other gods before me. So they're going after other gods, strange gods, what we call demons.
Hold up, Don. What's this right here?
This word is idololotruo in the Greek text. This is going after what the eye see. What the eyeball sees, the body labors to fulfill. I gotta have this tree. That's what Eve said. She looked at the tree. She said, it's a tree to make one wise. This is a tree that's good for food. And what the eyeball sees, the body labors to fulfill. That's what idolatry is. This is what Israel is guilty of. But we wrong when we point out whoredom. We're not just talking about because some sister is out there giving her body over to all kinds of men. That's not what all we're talking about when we discuss this subject. This is the stupidity part about this here. Why you think you see me all hot about it? This is the reason why. When you have knowledge, it does this to you. Fornication. Let's scroll on down a little bit more. See, because a lot of people think this is just talking about a sister laying up with a brother. No, I'm sorry.
Whoredom, the worship of idols.
Idols, false gods. This is where you get into all this. I'm a worship Isis, Osiris, Baal, Easter, Ishtar, Ashtaroth, Queen of Heaven, Queen of Hell, amongst the Wiccans.
Hey,
this is the whoredom that's in America.
Let me say this too. In the worship of those idols, some of the religious practices of that idolatrous worship is actual sexual and lewd acts. So even if you remove the statue or the physical idol, the idolatry is in the mind and is expressed through your behavior.
And that's the point that Ezekiel is saying about the mind being alienated. Right. I mean, we could do the whole hermeneutic textual critique on the verse and get deeper. We'll be here for the next 40 hours, but we don't got time for that.
Right.
The idea, folk, is when Joshua brings this point up, he's not just talking about some singular act of, he's not even talking in the realm of disrespecting black folks. That's stupid. Now, you want to talk about a straw man argument? That's what it is.
Right.
You reduce down the level and the deepness, the spiritual depthness of this is breaking the Torah concerning idolatry amongst our people. You wonder why do these folks, our oppressor, get ahead and we don't? This is the issue. Of course you need to point it out. Because if you don't point it out, you don't show the people their sins, they never gonna change. They don't have an opportunity to repent. You don't want the brother to say nothing. So what you do is, instead of bringing this out about our people, so we can see our issues, so we can come to the light, what you want to do is stop the one that's bearing the light. You want to put his flame out. And you want to resort to saying, well, he's being disrespectful to black women. Really? More than the white man was during the days of slavery? When they was raping and killing and hanging and pulling their children away from them and separating husband from wife and daughter from mother. You telling me that if I point out that my sister's being a whore right now and a trash and a tramp and a prostitute in some whorehouse or doing whorish acts, you telling me that's worse than what this man has been doing to us for 400 years? Are you crazy?
Right.
You is part of the problem, if you want to call it a problem. You're the issue because you don't seem to know where to point the barrel of the gun. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And anybody else out there that's doing that, you're an idiot. You're a moron. Don't tell me about no white supremacy. That ain't got nothing to do with it. This is your stupid opinion. You appealing to your own authority instead of appealing to what this man is saying in his book, chapter, and verse. Let's get it again, huh? Go back to it. This is idolatry amongst us. And we happy with this idolatry. We proud of it. God resisted the proud. But we don't want to talk about that. Talking about what's wrong with our people. Let's get the judgment of the whore. Let's go back to the Torah. Then I know it's in Dabarim. And I know the Kohanim had plenty to say about this. What is the judgment of the whore? And according to Dabarim, Bamidbar, Shemot. Let us go through the law and let us see what happens to those that involve themselves in whoredom. First of all, Leviticus 19:29. What does it say about the whoredom? It's
Do
wickedness.
not prostitute thy daughters to cause her
Uh-huh.
to cause her to be a whore.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Why not?
Lest the land be filled to Salakia, lest the land fall to whoredom.
Wait a minute. The land? So you telling me there's a judgment about a priest's daughter committing whoredoms, and for some reason the whole land get polluted? Are you serious? So I've been working in the pig pen. I've been working in the sewer pipes all day long. I want to come home and I want to make a cake. I'm going to take my same nasty hands and make a cake with it, and you going to eat it? Everybody in the house going to get sick. Do you understand this analogy?
Right.
I hope the audience understands this. The brother go to China, he sleep with everything he can find. He come back, and then all of a sudden he sleep with every woman he can find. What happens? If he got a disease, everybody over here that he done screwed with got a disease. We just seen this all over Facebook about a white brother who did the same thing. I don't know why I call him a white brother. But one of these white guys that slept with 600 sisters all through South Carolina and Florida and Georgia and some more places, and infected every one of them with AIDS. At least the land be full of what up?
Lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
If that ain't wickedness, I don't know what you call it. It don't exist. Let's get another one.
Do Leviticus chapter 20, verse 5. Then I will set my face against that man.
Stop. Wait a minute. What do against mean? Well, let's see. What does for mean? If I am for you, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there for you. I got your back. I'm your friend. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. If you're thirsty, if you're naked, I give you clothes. I give you shoes on my back if I'm for you. But if I'm against you, I'm going to do the exact opposite. The antithesis of for is against. That means make war with you, not peace. Peace would be for you. I'm going to hate you. Love would be for you. Instead of being kind and good to you, I'm going to be malicious and evil towards you. Go ahead and read it again. I'm going to do what?
Then I will set my face against that man.
Uh-oh. Come on.
And against his family.
No, against his gerbils, his pet fish.
And against his family.
No, just against his bicycle and his car and his house, his grass.
And against his family, and will cut him off.
Uh-oh.
And all that go a whoring after him to commit whoredoms with Moloch and from amongst their people.
Now, see, brother, you shouldn't be saying that because that's disrespectful to women. Do y'all see the argument now? You know good and well he talking about cutting your hair, giving you a good shave at the barbershop. What is he going to cut off,
huh? You said what is he going to cut off?
What is he going to cut off?
The
first thing he's going to cut his hair off.
Right.
He's going to cut his hair off, right? He's going to give him a shave, clean shave.
Right.
See how stupid this is what happens when you just ignorant. When you just ignore, when you blind and you dull and you can't see and you can't hear. When you dull of hearing. He said, I'm going to cut him off. And his family off. And the land going to be full of wickedness. And tell the truth. Don't you think watching a white cop kneel down and strangle a brother in handcuffs on a concrete street or an asphalt street Do you think that's let's have fun with the Funshine Bear and let's build sofas and let's build cushions on the sofa and let's pretend to have a castle and a fort? Let's have a good old time. Do you think that's what that meant? It
Man,
don't. It don't. I mean, Kool-Aid and cookies and let's sit down on a swing at the treehouse. That's not what that means. Wickedness. And while we screaming about they killing us, we done forgot. The Most High said, I will set my face against them. They don't need to get mad at the sword for cutting. That's what it was made for. You better look at the hand it is in. But let's get mad at the brother who point this out. That's what they did to Jeremiah and Isaiah and them. And all the rest of the prophets. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killeth the prophets. It makes sense now. I get it.
Right.
That's why I keep saying this is a bigger issue. I know I sounded crazy when I was talking. I know that. But I ain't crazy by a long shot. I'm already well aware of this. Your greatest enemy is going to be who? Who is our greatest enemy?
Our own people.
Okay, then. That's why I say that brother need to repent. That's why I said that. That's exactly why I said that. That's a good read out. If they want any more of that, they need to go to the trough and eat them for themselves, bro. Because I'm telling you, that's why I said before, this is a big issue, bro. This is, folks, this is why I said it. For sure. This is why I said this, folks. We're not living in no place where we need to be sitting here being stupid about stuff like this here. If we're gonna remain this ignorant, okay, don't be surprised when you see them people putting knives in our backs. Don't be surprised, folks. You gotta stop being. If you don't believe in God, you should, because this is the world we live in.
I got a scripture for you, man. Right before we get out of here, man. Let me get Matthew's chapter 10.
Come on.
Matthew's 10 and 21.
Come on.
Because we believe in the whole Bible. Right?
Pull up mine.
And the man asked me, who will our enemies be? Let's see what the Bible says.
Let's see what the Bible says. This is amazing. That's really amazing. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so I can read it for you.
Okay.
But I think there's a few verses like that. I'm just waiting for for some reason I don't got my Bible tonight. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. And these are things that we should pay attention to. Not for you to be afraid of these things, but for you to be aware. Awareness.
Right.
And be not surprised when your friend or your family turn their back on you, because it was prophesied before it happened.
That's right.
Matthew 10, verse 21.
This thing loading up slow for some reason.
I can put it on the screen.
Yeah, put it on the screen out, because for some reason I'm moving slower than molasses right now. Goodness. This is ridiculous. How slow this thing is. Maybe I need that.
All right, here we go.
Maybe. Quick nav, see where it says quick nav right there?
Yeah.
Go to that. Click on that. There you go, right there.
All right, so There it is. Yeah, read that out, Matthew 10:21.
Matthew 10:21. And the brother shall deliver up brother to death. That's what's going on right now.
Right.
To death. Kill the brother that's telling the truth.
Right.
Kill the one that's taking the flashlight and saying, "Oh, look at what I'm seeing over here." Delivering the brother up to death. And father the child to death. And children shall rise up against their parents.
Right.
And cause them to be put to death.
Right. It says what?
And you shall be hated by all men for my name's sake, for the sake of the truth. This is the fellowship of Christ.
Read the 36th verse.
This is verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right. So we are the household of the nation of Israel, whether our brothers believe it, like it, understand it or not. We are the ones that are prey to these curses. Then they try to mock us. Oh, you brothers are cursed, right? You brothers are cursed, right? Now we're gonna overcome these curses, which at the end, and we're gonna see who's gonna be laughing in. Laugh now, cry later. But it's okay. But we want to utilize the scriptures to bring forth a full understanding of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And that's how we govern ourselves.
That's right. We got to lift up a standard. Just because things are the way they are, that don't mean drop the ball. That don't mean get to a point where we just complacent. Don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing about it. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing.
So let me say this, man, before we get out of here. We got a new YouTube channel, the Source Debate League. I want y'all to go over there and hit the subscribe. I will be loading up videos, some of our debates. So eventually we're going to transition from Yah World 777. We're going to transition from Genesis 49ers. We're going to let all our content come from that channel. So I encourage you all to go and subscribe. Stay linked in with the Source. We got more debates on the way. We got a big one coming up. LP versus Isavio. Was Paul a fraud? So it's gonna be a big one. And
that is gonna be a big one.
LP always does an excellent job. Win, lose, or draw, you're gonna get a performance from LP, man.
That's right. LP gonna bring it.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring his own genuine style to it too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all don't want to miss that.
Yeah, man. So, any last words before we get out of here, General?
Man, I just want to say, awesome show. I hope the family was edified by the information that was brought out, by the scriptures that was laid out very clearly, nice, direct, right? And man, stay tuned, family. We got coming. Group.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't no messy. If you just focus in on the information that we bringing and you fact check us, you'll see that we some honest brothers and we really love y'all because we're really trying to bring this truth that was held from us.
Kind of breaking up.
Yeah, he breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit, General.
Yeah, man. So that's the founder of the Source, man. General Yashar, man, the founder of the Source. This is what we do, man. We're a team. We believe in each other. We encourage each other, and we fight like cats and dogs too. Understand, man? You understand?
Yeah, we get it in.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. We get it in. That's right. We get it in. We get it in, fam. But it makes us stronger.
With that being said, for myself,
yes, sir.
Right? Iron. What the scriptures say? Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
Hallelujah. That's right. That's right,
And this
bro.
is and I am my brother's keeper. So remember that. Never forget that, family.
That's right.
So that being said, shalom, loved ones, and we'll see y'all a couple of days, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
That's
We
right.
appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
SUC.
right.
Shout out to the SUC, man. Source up and shut up. The notorious.
The notorious.
Notorious.
The notorious.
Debate
Source.
league.
Debate
We
league.
understand
That's
why
right. Why are you
are
afraid? Well, I'll be scared too. Yeah. Shout out to Sheila too for showing up, supporting us.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
doubt.
you, sister.